Sean has defeated the previous generation, and now it is his chance to challenge the current generation in the Deadman Challenge, as Randy Orton is his next challenger. I am also thinking about it. I've been thinking about it from Roman Reigns and his tribal challenge, the Deadman challenge with the Undertaker. I've been thinking about it, and what I've been thinking about is how to switch this over to the women's division and give the women some consistent content. Because if there's something that I have not done, it is give the women. Well, that's actually not true. There was a time there was a time last year where the women had consistent content. It was the feud with Asuka and Ronda Rousey, and then that moved to Ronda winning the world. That moved to Ronda winning the women's championship, as Randy Orton is just pounding away on the head of Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels can't get out of his own way. I think Shawn might be a little rocked. Honestly, I think Shawn might be a little rocked here. As the Viper, it looks like Randy cut open Shawn Michaels early on in this contest. Shawn Michaels has got a big bloodstain right in the middle of his forehead. These two are just not wasting any time. Randy busts open Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels just hit a pile driver on Randy Orton. These two ain't wasting any time. I can tell you that if Shawn Michaels actually gets past Randy Orton, there are 3 more challengers for the Heartbreak Kid. There would be 3 more challengers for the Heartbreak Kid before the Undertaker. Shawn looked for the barricade, but Randy reversed him and sends him flying towards the steps. A feud between Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels was one of the few bright spots, as a sit-out powerbomb nips Randy in the butt, his momentum, but he just pops back up and hits him with a Thez press. This was one of the few bright spots of the late 2000s, early 2010s, Randy versus Shawn Michaels. And it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like blood is pouring out of the head of the Heartbreak Kid. And if it wasn't before, it is now, as Randy introduces him to the ring post. Randy Orton introduces Shawn Michaels to the ring post. Shawn, if we know anything about the Heartbreak Kid is not going to go down without a fight. The Heartbreak Kid is not going to go down without a fight, even though this match, for the first 3 minutes of this affair, has been pretty much all Randy Orton. For the first 3 minutes of this affair, it's been all Randy Orton. But Shawn Michaels is now feeling it again, as the Heartbreak Kid knocks Randy to the outside, and then just follows it up with a tope suicida. And the way things are going, the blood from the Heartbreak Kid is going to be all over the ringside area. The blood from the Heartbreak Kid is going to be all over the ringside area, as he takes down Randy Orton again. I mean, a pretty decent amount of Shawn Michaels' blood is in the ring, too. He didn't like the disrespect, did the Heartbreak Kid, so he dove right back to the outside to follow it up on the Viper. Shawn sends Randy back into the ring. A scoop and a slam by the Shawn. A scoop and a slam by the Heartbreak Kid. He went for the sweet chin music, but we get vintage Randy Orton instead. And Randy goes and attacks the forehead again of the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn kicks out at the count of one. It is still early. The Viper has got to do more. He should know this by now. He's got to do more if he's going to take care of the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn reverses Randy. Fights out of the wrist lock. Goes for the drop kick, but Randy reversed him. Methodical, cold, and calculating is the Viper, Randy Orton. He's measuring him. He's going to that place, the place that only Randy Orton goes to, and Shawn reversed him. Shawn reversed him. Shawn reversed him. Sweet chin music. But Shawn Michaels passes out. Shawn Michaels falls down. He crawls into the ladder of press. 1, 2, no. Randy kicks out. Randy kicks out. Big superplex takeover. Randy reverses Shawn. Shawn kicks out before the count of one. Randy takes him down. The Viper is feeling it. The Viper is coming back. Randy is slowly but surely going to that place. And Shawn kicks out. Shawn kicks out. He had to do his last ditch effort. European uppercut by the Viper. I mean, you gotta figure. Look around the ring. Look around the ring. The blood loss on the part of the Heartbreak Kid. He's gotta be feeling it. Has been Randy Orton, vintage Randy Orton with the DDT. And Randy Orton is surprised, and so am I. The Heartbreak Kid kicks out. The Heartbreak Kid kicks out. Shawn blocks the RKO again. Shawn blocks Randy again. I'm not sure what Shawn was going for there. But into the corner goes the Heartbreak Kid. The blood keeps falling out of the forehead of the Heartbreak Kid, and you gotta figure the more the blood loss comes down, the more likely it is that Randy is gonna get the victory because of blood loss. Look at the forehead of the Heartbreak Kid, and look at Randy Orton grinding the face, grinding the forehead of the Heartbreak Kid across the top of the ring. And that is it. Randy Orton gets the victory. An early cut on the head of the Heartbreak Kid ends up ending the momentum. This means that Randy continues on in the Deadman Challenge. This means Randy moves on in the Deadman Challenge. And we find out who Randy could fight next. We find out who Randy fights next in the Deadman Challenge. Props to Shawn Michaels for sticking in the match as long as he did, because when you lose the amount of blood you saw in the ring, all that blood on the mat was the Heartbreak Kid. All that blood on the mat was the Heartbreak Kid. And the fact of the matter is, when you look on the mat and you see all that blood, you gotta figure that blood loss would play a part. And it did, as Randy advances in the Deadman Challenge. With that being said, though, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one. Randy defeated Shawn Michaels to advance in the Deadman Challenge, and now he advances to one of the last challenges. Before you hit the final boss, it is his longtime rival, John Cena. Cena and Randy, much like Randy and Shawn Michaels, were the highlight of the 2000s. Cena and Randy were unquestionably one of the highlights of the 2000s, to the point where people got tired of seeing Randy and Cena fight. But now, with both of them wrapping up their careers, it is something that people want to see one more time. Randy versus Cena. The fact of the matter is, Randy Orton has all the momentum in the world after defeating Shawn Michaels. And now Cena wants to be the one that defeats Orton and advances in a Deadman Challenge. There's 2 more challengers remaining in the Deadman Challenge before the winner gets to the Undertaker. Big splash in the corner by Cena. Cena is feeling it, but Randy pops back up. I'm not sure what Cena was going for there, but Randy reversed him, and Cena reversed him back. Cena reversed him back. If there's anybody in the WWE that know each other better than Cena and Randy Orton, I don't know who that could be, because the amount of time that these 2 men have spent face to face in this very ring, I don't know if anybody can match them. Pillar for post, tit for tat, like you can see with Cena and Randy Orton. They go in reversal for reversal. Neither one can get momentum going because they just keep going reversal for reversal. Randy will reverse Cena, Cena will reverse Randy back. This is what we saw when Randy fought Shawn Michaels. Randy went for the mounted punches one too many times on the forehead of Shawn Michaels, and that ended up splitting open the Heartbreak Kid. And it wasn't just a small cut either. It ended up, we ended up seeing blood pouring out of the forehead of the Heartbreak Kid, which, I gotta say, it's a sight that I never thought I'd see in a WWE video game, still to this day, and we just saw it. Cena's busted open. John Cena's busted open. The cut on the forehead of Cena seems to be, I want to say it seems to be manageable, but I really haven't gotten a good look at it. Actually, that doesn't look manageable. That looks pretty bad. I just hope that the blood loss doesn't get to the point like it did with Shawn Michaels with John Cena. Short arm clothesline by Cena, reversing Randy. Mid-ring collision. And a big right hand by the Viper, taking down the greatest of all time, John Cena. Let her press. We got a 20-minute time limit in this affair, and I just got to put it out there that if the time limit is reached in this 20-minute time, in this, I was going to say 20-minute time limit, but I didn't need to repeat myself again. If the time limit is reached, then the winner will be both of them, and both will advance in the Deadman Challenge, making the next match in the Deadman Challenge a triple threat match instead of one-on-one, and making it even more of a difference this time around for, I guess you could call it, the semifinals of the Deadman Challenge. Making the semifinals a little bit different than then this match, which I would guess you could call the quarterfinals, if you want to go by tournament standings. Basement dropkick by Cena nails Randy Orton. Randy rolls to the outside, but Cena... I think Cena was going to go to the outside, but he changed his mind. Randy gets blocked by Cena. Still, even at, 5 minutes into the match, Cena and Orton are still reversing each other just as much as they were earlier in the matchup in the filling out process. But a code red, again, only gets a 1 count. Cena gets reversed. Randy gets reversed. Randy gets nailed with a dropkick by Cena. Cena goes again to the sit-out facebuster. It's worked every other time that he's done it, but he can't. Cena's got to know, especially in the ring with somebody like Randy Orton, you cannot go to the well one too many times, because the Viper will make you pay. And if you want to be the one that fights the Undertaker in the finals, you got to make sure that you're doing everything you possibly can to earn the match against the Deadman. And Randy Orton is now back, mounted punches, making the cut on the forehead of Cena even worse, as the blood is now pouring out of the forehead of John Cena. RKO! 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 Let her press. And Cena kicked out. Cena kicked out. Cena kicked out. European uppercut by Randy. Cena reversed him. Cena reversed him. Cena's fighting back from the mounted punches. Cena's fighting back from the mounted punches. Cena. Cena. Could we see it? No, Randy reversed him. Randy blocked the attitude adjustment. Randy blocked the attitude adjustment. Randy blocked the attitude adjustment. Fez press again, making the cut on the forehead of Cena worse. Now he's attacking the knee of John Cena. He's attacking the forehead again. Is Randy Orton. RKO again. RKO again. But Randy can't immediately follow up. Randy can't immediately follow up. Draping one arm. And Cena kicked out. Cena kicked out. Barely. Barely John Cena kicked out. Barely John Cena kicked out. Cena blocks Randy. Cena blocks Randy. Randy blocks Cena. Cena blocks Randy. Back and forth these two men go. Rear chinlock by John Cena. Rear chinlock by John Cena. Cena takes Randy to the outside. Cena takes Randy to the outside. A variation of the butterfly suplex by John Cena. Cena's now going after Orton. I think Randy Orton... Yes, Randy Orton is busted open as well. Randy Orton is busted open as well. DDT by Cena. DDT by Cena. Cena gets himself back into the ring. 5 knuckles shuffle off the top rope by John Cena to Randy Orton. 5 knuckles shuffle off the top rope by Cena. Cena is fighting back. Goes for the DDT again. Short arm clothesline reversal by Randy. Vintage Randy Orton with the cold and calculating knee drop that the Viper can only do. Orton stomp. The Orton stomp. We are at a count of 7. If this match ends in a count out, if that match ends in a count out, once again, if it ends in a double count out, I should say, once again, we will have a triple threat match. But right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be a count out. It's going to be the Viper winning by count out. Randy Orton wins by count out. Cena posed a threat in the end, but the Viper is able to scavenge a victory away from Cena and advance in the Deadman challenge. I can tell you now that Randy Orton will fight Triple H in the next level, I guess you would say, for the Deadman challenge. Triple H is Randy Orton's next opponent. Will Randy Orton be able to turn back the game like he has turned back the Heartbreak Kid and John Cena? But he was barely able to turn back John Cena as desperation reigned, with Cena getting counted out by the Viper, and that being how the Viper was able to defeat John Cena. But with that being said, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one.